Okay, let me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up. I gotta do it again.
Sorry, stop. I'm trying to figure out how to do a bunch of
Nikola,
stuff, like rename my account.
Nikola, focus on the podcast.
Welcome to the Celsius podcast.
I'm sorry, this is big
Celsius
news.
podcast week.
Aiden, Beck, Nikola, and the recording bot that's also here in the Discord call with us.
Yep.
And
He's
me.
just off screen.
You second, I think, or first.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think. Okay, temperature over here. Let's see.
Yeah, what's the NYC temperature?
New
are you in
York.
NYC or are you in like Albany?
New
No,
York,
it's
New
like
York.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
It would
well,
be
the
56.
56?
Oh, wow. It's 62 here.
Ooh. We do have
Looks
the
like
higher number.
And
That's-
because you have the higher
makes
number, that means you get to go first, Beck.
On what?
On
I
what?
actually don't know. So let's go into the ethereal bowl of topics.
Yeah.
Let's just, I don't know, grab something out.
Yeah.
Squid Game trailer. I didn't see it. Did you?
I didn't see it.
watched it. Okay, so
Okay,
Wow.
talk about it.
Squid Game game show competition. First of all, terrible idea.
Of course.
Bro, why are you doing it? The entire point of the show was like the people behind it were terrible people.
And
then you-
Mr. Beast already did it.
Yeah, Mr.
How
Beast
many
already did
deaths
it.
have there been? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
How
And
many
like the
deaths have there
deaths
been in
is what
filming, though?
is what gave the show actual stakes. Like,
Mhm.
do you want?
I've
It's
never
weird.
seen Squid Game.
Okay, so Uri, have you seen it?
I've seen it.
I've
like
seen
one
it.
of the competitions is just like
What
cutting
do
a
you mean?
cookie.
What do you mean you haven't seen it?
That's
We
not-
played Octo Game on Fortnite. That's literally the same thing.
You're so right.
That's crazy. But yeah, they're doing $4.56 million, which is like 10 times what like the amount in Squid Game was. Like
That's
it was
dumb.
it was-
as authentic as you can.
it was like 456,000 won, which was only
Mhm.
like $26,000, I think. Something
Mhm.
like that. Wait. Squid Game prize money in USD. No, that's the reality show.
But you know what's really funny about
Um,
the Squid Game, the reality game, that
Mhm.
there was rumors that going around like it had work safety violations. People called it cruel and rigged.
Just like the real show.
yeah.
Yo.
So I guess Beck, it is a little more similar to the real show.
Yeah, no, I did hear
Um,
about they had a ton of workplace.
I honestly think
Things.
it would have been better if they just made like a sequel. Because there were
Oh,
some
no.
loose ends at the end of season.
I'm actually
at the end of season one.
completely wrong. The amount that they offered you was $38 million. If
Oh,
you
yeah, give that away
survived
then.
the death
Never
Squid
seen that.
Game.
Oh.
I'm actually really surprised they're reviving it, other than just doing a season 2.
Bro,
Because there was so
No,
many
they
like.
are
They
making
are going
a
to do a
season
season
2.
2.
They're making
But
so
then it's
why
like
are
a
they-
reality
now.
game. But I mean, it's gonna get. I assume it's gonna get good numbers.
It's a lot easier to make a reality TV show
Yeah.
than getting all the actors who are now mega famous due to this show, so they're going to ask for a ton more money. And then
Yeah.
also getting the main guy who's also going to ask for money, so it's going to take
Yeah.
a ton to actually make a season
and because
2.
it's a Korean show, they don't have to do like they're not bypass. They don't have to go through all the WGA and SAG after.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all
right.
Korean. So that's why
Yep.
actually House of the Dragon season is able to film because they have British like actors and stuff.
Mm.
Yep, the British.
The
Anyway,
British.
speaking of Netflix trying to make more money,
Ooh.
Stranger Things stage play cast was announced.
What? They're making
Whoa.
a theatrical production of Stranger Things?
It's a prequel.
Now
Oh.
listen
No,
here.
wait. Like, is it going to be a show?
It's a stage play.
So
The
they're gonna are they
play.
gonna post it on Netflix?
I don't know.
It's gonna be a
It's-
bunch of actors on a stage where they're gonna
Yeah.
That's a shocking concept to Beck.
No,
Actors on a stage.
Have you guys seen
without
Stranger Things?
singing. This is crazy.
I've seen Stranger Things, all of it.
You have?
I've seen
Okay.
season 1.
Okay, Nikola?
I've
Stranger Things?
seen
Yeah.
some of season 1 and some of the last season.
That's not the correct
Here,
order.
wait, here's my impression of
I
Will.
never like I thought
all of the
I don't
last
remember.
season. Every
I
time
never
Will's
found-
like, he's like this.
No way,
Yeah, I was never
guys.
that interested in it.
He's just like, no, why isn't my friend
I'm
gay?
so gay for Mike.
That's his whole character. Because the
Nice.
problem with Will is in season 1 and 2, he's not a character. He's an item of. He's the MacGuffin.
Oh, he's the guy they're trying to save, right?
Yeah.
in season 1, and in
Oh.
season 2, he's possessed. And he
Yeah.
doesn't do anything in season 3. All of his
In
characters
season
in
3, he
season
loses
4,
his
and
friends.
in season 4, it's his whole character is sad and gay,
True.
and he doesn't do anything else.
I hope the prequel tries to characterize him a bit more.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the last season. Are you really going to spend time in characterization?
Oh, they confirmed last
the last
season.
season is actually about Will, so
Wow.
hopefully he does get character.
No, wait. So, Aiden, you've seen all of Stranger Things?
I have seen all of Stranger
Me
Things. Yeah.
too. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I really think could have ended after season 1.
Okay, so
That's true.
That's like my hot take.
I
But
understand
would
that.
say I do enjoy concurrent seasons. Season 2 probably like not that great. But I liked season 3 and
I
like
liked
the
season
first half
3.
of season 4. But
Yeah.
but then
Oh, yeah.
the last 2 episodes
did they
were
do?
like,
Yeah, because they had like 8 different side plots, and they all tried to wrangle them together to be like, we're all helping. And some of the helping is like,
Yeah.
look, we killed one Demogorgon in Russia. Can you believe it, guys?
yeah.
Nice.
I also felt David Harbour's character probably should have died at the end of season 3. Like,
Mhm.
okay, now you're doing a Russian thing, like where he's like a Russian prisoner in a
Yeah.
gulag. Okay,
Yeah,
It's
that was the worst part of that. Mainly because I don't like Hopper and Joyce very much at all.
yeah,
Mm.
I like Murray.
Um,
Murray's funny.
and Steve, iconic.
Of course, we all love Steve the Hare Harrington.
Yeah, and so because he's actually a really good character in the show because taking a
Oh,
kind of change him in season 2, and
Yeah.
I always like when they do that for a character.
Yeah, with the redemption.
Yeah, and so nothing's
Real
better than a
quick,
good
guys.
redemption arc.
For my Steam profile, should I keep it full anime or should I do like not cringe?
No, Nikola, you are
cringe.
full anime.
Okay.
Well,
is
No,
the
but
one-
it's like the Steam anime, so it's like not
Mm.
What
something I can't say for the podcast.
It's a black person.
You playing Honey Pop over there?
That's not. I mean, that's basically what most of the avatars are on the point shop.
Oh God.
Yep.
Well,
I've tried to
What I
find a
would
good
say
blue
is,
one.
I think the end of season 4, the episodes got way too long.
Oh yeah,
Like-
no,
like
because they're like an
2
hour and a half
long
long.
episodes.
Yeah. And I
And so-
we watched it. We like my family would watch it. So I'm like, hey, I want to watch Stranger Things, and we'd watch like a third of an episode and then stop. So it would take us like a month and a half to get through it. So I just watched them on
It
my
really
own.
kind of felt like season 4 probably should have been the last season.
Well,
you know?
yeah, I don't like the idea of them having like
Oh yeah,
having
because
it
now
be
they're
like
gonna
a,
de-age the
they're-
young actors because
Oh.
they've gotten so old.
that, but also I don't like that it's now exposed to the public, and it's not like this group of characters is defending the entire world from this. Now everybody knows about it, and I think that kind of ruins it.
Beck, it's a really funny plot in season 4. There's like
What?
like a bully who's like a jock, and he while they're doing all this zombie shit, he's like, we gotta get some guns and go to a gun store and like take care of these asshole nerds and stuff. And then the character just fucking disintegrates during like a fucking the town ripping open. He just fucking disintegrates.
That sounds
Oh,
funny.
that's what's so terrible. Like I don't like Lucas as a. I think of the 4 main cast plus Max, I only like Dustin. I think the rest of those characters suck.
I like have
Past season 2, none of those characters
Yeah,
are important to
what?
me. I only like Dustin, Steve, Robin. Lucas's sister is better than the rest of them.
You know what's interesting about the show? Each season, and of course over the course of a show, you're adding more characters. But each season, I felt like they wanted to add like a new set of characters. It's like, how many fucking characters are you going to expand this fucking?
Yeah, like season. There's season 1 is like the 4 kids and like the 2 adults. Season 2,
And like the teenagers, like like
Oh
his
yeah,
sister.
Yeah,
And then season
I know
2,
those people.
they add Max and
the
Billy.
her boyfriend who dies.
Oh yeah,
who
and
plays,
Bob and
yeah.
whatever else goes on there. Season 3, they add Robin and Lucas's sister, and
And
they
the
add
Russian guy.
Alexi. But those
Yeah.
guys are all chill. I think all 3 of those characters were great.
And
So-
then in season
and then
4,
season
they
4,
add the rocker
Billy.
guy.
I
Yeah.
don't like Billy. He was dumb. And they add Argyle. I didn't like Argyle. He was dumb.
And then what was really cool is that they're saying, okay, I read a comment from the Duffer Brothers. Okay, season 5, no more new characters. We're good.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
That's great.
But this is all in summation to say, what is this stage play about? Is it about the Demogorgon and
Let me see. Stranger Things stage play plot. Let's see if it exists yet.
Why not? They probably just announced like it
It
happens.
is set in 1959 and will show the Creel family and their future supernatural monstrosity arriving in town.
Mm.
Who's
Yeah,
the
I don't know what
Creels?
any of
Do you
that
remember
means,
who
but
they are?
cool, I guess.
definitely don't.
I'm not a particular partaker of the theater, but
Oh, here, let's go to
Um,
Netflix.com. They'll tell me.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
don't know. For
in
me,
London.
it's been a while since I've seen the show, so I only remember like some of it.
maybe we should do a
Yeah.
binge before season 5 comes out. If it
Maybe.
comes out,
I was
like
gonna rewatch it.
2025.
I was gonna rewatch it. Like we can rewatch it together.
Cool. I'm down.
But yeah,
But like
So
I'm
that's
just
kind of
not good with
exciting.
like horror stuff, so I couldn't really
It's not very horror at
Bro,
all.
Not
I
very-
saw season 1. That was scary.
Yo, they have
Wait,
they
it kind of
have
shocked me
Bob.
that-
They have Bob in the stage play,
Nice.
and
Bob,
and they
it
have
kind of
they
shocks
have
me to find out
they
Beck.
have,
Wait, you're not into
Beck-
horror?
they have Vecna in it too.
Vecna?
And they have,
Vecna, he's the guy that
Vecna.
goes.
I can't wait. I can't wait for it to be Beckna.
What?
yeah.
Beck, when are you gonna become the monster?
Oh, here, hold on. 1959 Hawkins, a regular town with regular worries. Hopper's car won't start, Bob's sister won't take his radio show seriously, and Joyce just wants to get out as soon as she can. When new student Henry Creel and his family arrive, they find a fresh start isn't that easy. The shadows of the past have a very long reach. Brought to life by a multi-award winning creative team who take theatrical storytelling and stagecraft to a whole new dimension, this gripping new adventure will take you right back to the beginning of Stranger Things' story and to the beginning of the end.
Oh, cool.
This is my reaction to that.
What?
So true.
Okay, let's
That's
have
insane.
Nikola talk about something.
Okay, so I got a couple things, and by a couple things I mean 2 things.
Okay.
Number 1, AHSOKA episode. I
6?
think we're on like 6 now.
Episode
Yeah.
6, Far, Far Away.
So I guess as always, I will give you the synopsis.
As
We
always, you
start
say.
on Ahsoka,
Always the
and she is
synopsis,
in the
not the
mouth of a
synopsis.
space whale. She is talking with a robot about 3 books. She says she likes the first
Have you
book
watched this
more,
episode?
Beck just does
which
it
is
to
a
fuck with you.
clever, subtle reference to the prequels being the best trilogy. And that is
Okay,
the
but
last
it's
time
also-
we see Ahsoka this episode.
You know what's also really funny? She says it says far, far away, and in the past, while they were filming, I think this was about the same time they were actually filming Ahsoka. So Dave Filoni definitely knew. But she was at like some fan meeting, and people asked him, and one of the interviewer questions was, "Where is Ezra?" And he said, "Far, far away."
Whoa. Cool.
Anime level
Crazy.
foreshadowing.
So,
Far,
in my
far
opinion,
away.
this
No,
episode,
it's Finn's dad. He was on the screen.
Beck,
Sorry.
you literally just
He's
do
an
this
asshole.
to fuck with us.
I
I'm gonna watch an
do.
episode and then I'll
it is
hijack it.
so funny. But also,
No, but
Okay.
this episode's definitely, I think last episode was definitely a lot of fan service. I liked it. Episode before that was just really good pacing. I think it was the best episode so far. This episode, not as good. I think it's still good. I still like it.
yeah.
I don't know. Most of the Sabine stuff I didn't really care about. It was
Hey,
everything
the
else
thing
I
for
liked
me,
a lot.
which is crazy, is I only have a passing knowledge of Rebels and Ahsoka. I had no idea Sabine was a Jedi. which was very confusing to me
She's
watching this.
Technically
Because
not.
literally everyone was. I asked my sister, who's a big Star Wars fan, and she was like, technically. I'm like, what do you mean technically? She uses a lightsaber and the
Okay.
Force.
Isn't she
No,
like a
she doesn't use the
Mandalorian
Force. She
Jedi
She
or
never uses the
something?
She
Force.
tried doing it against the stone wall.
Yeah, because she's training to try to use the Force, but she can't.
I
Yeah.
thought she had some Force powers.
No,
Okay,
but she just,
so it's
as of right now, she has no Force powers.
It's basically Finn in The Force Awakens when he gets the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's
Except way cooler.
implied.
It's
It's
implied,
implied, but
Jedi.
like you really don't know
Yeah.
if they're good or not.
But yeah. We have.
I don't know. I love Inuk. I love Inuk. I love all the night troopers. I love
Yeah.
how the Chimera looks.
They
I love how they're like Roman legionary armor.
Yeah, they look.
And
It's a really believable, beaten down army that's like been trying to
it's
survive.
really cool. Yeah, it's. I really like how it looks.
And it's really threatening that Thrawn can actually hold together an entire army even after like they're stranded.
I found all of the memes saying that because the actor that plays Thrawn is the same person that voice acts Thrawn
Oh, really?
in Rebels.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he sounds the same. Of course, he doesn't look exactly like the animated character. The animated character is a lot more slender,
Yeah.
a little bit thinner.
It sounds like that these characters don't translate well into live action, and they probably should
yeah.
have just kept
No,
it
you-
animated.
Wait until
Yeah.
you see Ezra, bro.
But it's no. But to be fair, Ezra's also a lot older now. He looks like his father, though. That's actually the funny thing is he looks exactly like his father
Mm,
in the animated version.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Even though his
fu- that's-
father's dead, but like off of the pictures of
He
his
looks like a
father in
corpse.
the animated version, he looks the same.
Okay, so
He looks like Moses from like the like the Last Emperor or whatever that one is.
the
I love
Prince of
Moses.
Egypt.
Prince of Egypt. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You mean the
The
Bible?
Book of Ezra.
Okay, but
That's canon.
for me,
Wait, so are Thrawn and Ezra in this episode?
yes, they are.
Yeah, both of them.
They're both
Okay.
trapped on this
And
planet.
Thrawn is good. I think I understand that like Thrawn being evil is kind of just to move the plot forward, but Thrawn in Legends was never really evil. He was much more morally gray. He was most like the stuff he did evil that put him against the protagonist was mostly just because it was just in his best interest. It's because he was serving the Empire
Yeah.
I have a question.
because he saw the Empire as morally right, so he just followed with the Empire. But other than that, he didn't do anything evil that would really put him like he just happened to be on against the protagonist. So that's what made him bad.
I have a
But
question.
he was
I
much
haven't
more
really
morally
seen
gray.
Rebels,
Yeah.
but who exactly is the character of Thrawn? Because I know kind of in the Empire, but who is he exactly?
He's autistic, basically. That's his character. He's like thinks very about every detail and
Okay.
is like thinks very slowly over things. The whole point is that he's really smart. He is the smartest military strategist in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's mostly
and he's
comes 'cause-
somehow gonna lose.
And that mostly comes because I mean he technically won in Rebels. He only lost because Ezra did some fucking space Jesus shit.
Yo,
did.
Space
Because
Jesus.
Bro, you just like
Because
Anakin?
Ezra was literally like Ezra was captured. He was destroying the village. He basically won, but then Ezra was like
space
space
whales.
whales. And then he just got then he got teleported away. He
And
literally
he
said,
fell.
"No."
Yeah.
Do we know how he got in the Empire? Like, is there an origin story about him already?
There is in Legends. It was basically he was captured and then brought before Sidious, and he like he was shown to be such like a valuable thing that Sidious made him a general or like put him in the army, and then he climbed the ranks really quickly. And he basically from that point forward was like put his entire life for the Empire.
Yeah. For me, what I
that's-
think the
And him being smart is also comes kind of because his species is just known also to be really smart.
What's his species?
the blue people.
I don't know, blue people.
Avatar?
It's Beck. It's Beck's people.
Yeah.
His Beck's people.
Okay. What I liked most about the episode is
I also find it. I saw a bunch of memes because the actor kind of looks a little bit like Elon Musk, especially with all the face paint and
oh
stuff.
yeah,
So
I saw
everybody's like, "Oh, Elon Musk. Why is Space Moses fighting Elon Musk?
No.
that sounds great.
So, wait, what exactly happens in this episode?
Okay, let me talk about the episode. So we're at the space whales, and then we never see Ashoka for the rest of the episode. Sabine has been
Pinocchio.
captured by the 2 fallen Jedi, and they arrive at the planet Ezra's at. They land there, and then they meet Thrawn. Thrawn has this army, and he's like, okay, cool, you guys saved me, let's get out of here. But Sabine is like, no, I want to find Ezra. So Thrawn is like, okay, go out, go do that. I don't care if you live or die. I just need to get out of here. So Sabine goes out. She finds Ezra. That's the end of that. And then she gets chased out by the 2 fallen Jedi who just want to make sure Ezra doesn't stop them from escaping. But what I think one of my favorite scenes was it is the bearded guy who's like the older like master to the Padawan, which is the hot lady Nikola Sims for. Which I see now why Nikola Sims for her.
She's so hot.
100%. So
Oh
we
my
have all
God.
that, but he does this great speech about how like the Sith and the Jedi just keep fighting each other, and the cycle just keeps repeating, which I thought felt pretty accurate because like it does happen. He's like, I don't know, is it our time? Like, and like the apprentice is like, is it our time? It's like, I'm gonna make sure that this is the last time.
Guys,
Yeah.
the dirt hole. He's in
Something-
the dirt hole.
Cool.
Something that I also find really we're gonna get demonetized just because you've been playing the episode in the background. It's gonna
No,
be really
it's fine.
funny.
Or we could just
No.
cut it out.
What I really like about this episode is like you can see that
Yeah.
he does believe in keeping his promise, and you can see how every single time he has to like kind of move away from keeping his promise, you can see how it eats away. The
Okay.
actor does such a good job at like showing emotion in just his face. You can see like every time he like moves a little bit further away from keeping his promise, it just absolutely is eating at him, and he cannot stand it.
Yeah.
But he just has to achieve his goal.
And this is the one that died in real life?
Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunate.
the rip. I wish he could watch. I wish he could
Yeah,
see
but it
everybody's
is
reaction
crazy to
the
me.
show.
Like I could get most of this from a passing knowledge.
Okay.
6 episodes in, the only thing I didn't get was like how Ahsoka and Sabine got split
Ahsoka.
apart. Which
Okay.
I assume was like Ahsoka died and then Sabine took the
No,
deal.
they just kind of chose to leave.
Wait.
Okay.
I
And
think they
so
literally just chose to separate. That's what I understood.
Beck, continue
Oh no,
with
you
the
mean like how they got separated in the show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Ahsoka got fucking yeeted off a cliff
Okay,
and died.
that's what it was.
She got yeeted off a cliff and kind of died, and then Sabine just decided to
Yeah,
go with
Sabine
them
took the
in order to
deal.
get Ezra.
Beck, continue with
Yeah,
your recap of the episode.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
But so
yeah,
it was good overall?
Yeah, the big driving plot going to the next episode is Ahsoka will finally appear on the planet, and then Sabine and Ezra will probably fight to stop Thrawn from escaping. Which
And
Mhm.
so
And they'll
what's
probably, and we know they're gonna fail because him returning is what will bring the new order, which kind of sucks.
is
But
that confirmed?
I choose to ignore the
canonical
existence of the
books
sequel
say so.
trilogy.
Okay, Kanana. So he starts the first order.
Choose.
He starts what's it called? Like the final order, and then
Okay.
that becomes the
No.
first
And
order.
when
No,
the
what he
sn-
does.
And when the
That's
snow
not-
comes into
He
play,
goes back.
I don't
He
know how to count.
No, yeah, no. He leaves. What I assume is going to happen. He's going to reunite the remnants, the Imperial remnants, because we know the Dark Council from Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to reunite. He's going to get those people to work together.
the Council of
He's
Dark
then-
People.
Yeah, he's gonna get that. He's gonna get them to all together and then enforce. And we can already see how they've kind of infiltrated the new order and stuff. And then they'll just take it down. And basically, from what I remember, they basically take down the New Republic the same way the Rebel Alliance took down the Empire, just like kind of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
And they basically do that up until they can finally regain enough strength to be the new order. And then sequel trilogy, and then they
then guess
find
what? You know how Thrawn's plan ends?
actually, from what I remember,
When
his
Rey
first
kisses
thing,
Ben Solo. That's
the
how it
first
ends.
thing that I think the thing that I remember happening
Who wouldn't want to kiss
is, I mean,
Adam Driver?
technically in
Or
the
Daisy
Thrawn
Ridley.
trilogy, what happens is he eventually goes to what's it called?
Exegol?
Yeah, he goes to wherever Palpatine's like stash is.
Mm.
and he kind of raids it and looks for stuff, and he uses that to help build his up. Yeah,
It is cool that they
but I
actually
mean,
like use
in the movie, he
Thrawn.
gets killed by this like Jedi that kind of goes insane, but that Jedi's already dead in the like the Star Wars universe, so I don't know how he's gonna die this time.
Ooh, Thrawn?
BMO just died.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
I wonder, when does
My
Snoke come
BMO,
into play? When does
yeah.
He just
Clone
exploded.
Palpatine come into play?
That's like Project Rebirth or whatever that they said in that, so that'll probably happen sometime after.
So
And wait,
because that's what they were
guess
talking
what?
about in
The
Mandalorian.
10th, the Rey sequel movie to the sequel trilogy is her fighting Thrawn.
I doubt it. I don't think
That'd be
they're
cool.
giving
Though.
I
that
feel
woman.
like Dave Filoni is really trying to make a better bridge between the original and the sequel. That's
It's just
with all
like
I
these
how-
honestly
TV
think it would have
shows.
been better if he just tried to retcon the sequel, or
Although I
just try
do
to make
think
his own thing
it's funny it's
without
not
the
even the
sequel.
originals. He's like threading the originals got threaded to the prequels, which got threaded to whole clusterfuck of shows that's going to get threaded
Yeah,
into
because
the
the
miniature version.
sequels ruined everything because that one director who doesn't know how Star Wars
J.J.
works kind of
Abrams.
fucked everything up. No, it's the woman.
Oh, the one in charge of Star Wars.
Kathleen Kennedy?
Yeah, Kathleen
Yeah,
Kennedy.
she kind of
Nikola
fucked
hates
everything
women.
because she doesn't actually know how to do anything.
I have
She kind of just
why did people
she just
blame
has
her?
two powerful friends to like get out. That's the issue.
All I know is just people really hate her, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, because she isn't really good at her job at all, and she doesn't really understand Star Wars at all, and it kind of shits all over everything. But she has too many friends in high places to like get fired. So
Oh, that's a rip. They should just give it all to Dave Filoni.
So true.
they should, honestly. That's why I really hope Ahsoka does really well, because that kind of proves that it'll prove to Disney that Dave Filoni is good and will give him, I think, enough to actually do good stuff.
Do you guys think Dave Filoni sometimes needs a little bit reining in? Like, you know,
Yes.
he does.
Well,
No, I think he definitely appreciates the fan. He definitely knows how to speak to the fans, but the issue is he will never do anything that like disrupts the movies, which he
Yeah.
probably should do with the sequels.
Which is why maybe they should do. They need like a partnership. Dave Filoni, like another guy who might be a little more adventurous in disrupting the movies or something.
or
And
they
so you
just
could have like a
let him
balance.
go after sequel trilogy stuff,
Yeah.
which is kind of uncharted territory.
Which
Or
I mean,
Old
those-
Republic. I mean, Old Republic hasn't really been touched.
I mean, I send you. They are planning to make something about the Old Republic, which is being described as like like the origin story of the Force, like a biblical epic. Which I mean, it
don't
sounds
wanna
good
know
because
about the origin of the
it's-
Force.
it's made by the guy who wrote Logan,
That's cool.
but also on the other hand, it's also made by the guy who wrote
I feel like the great
Indiana
thing-
Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So
They'll I'll be honest, they just hand over like the Star Wars rights for people to make books like willy-nilly. I have a book
Yeah.
on my shelf it's like a recap of A New Hope, and it's written by the guy that did Origami Yoda. And also
You mean
Origami
it's
Yoda.
just the novelization of the films. The novelization of the films are actually really good, though.
The one that I have it doesn't like
Oh,
follow it entirely.
I see. But the
mean-
novelization of the films are actually pretty good.
Yeah, but that one it like and especially like Origami Yoda. They just hand the I don't know how that got written. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Geek series. I'll be honest.
I've
But
read a
you know
couple
what's-
of them. I don't remember them that well.
you know what's
Okay,
really
that's
weird
insane.
is that you can probably you know how many fucking Star Wars movies was canceled in the last like
I
5
know.
years.
It's like they
It's the
canceled
Kevin
all
Feige
of them.
movie, Taika Waititi movie, the Wonder Woman director movie. You know,
Yeah.
so
I
many
mean, I
they
think
fucking-
it's good.
Didn't they change like that one about like what's it called Midnight Squad, and they changed that from like a show to a movie, or maybe from a movie to a show, something like that?
Yeah,
Something like
wait,
that.
no, it's like Jude Law's in it, and it's like about like some youngsters or something.
Yeah, it's
No.
like Top Gun but with Star Wars.
Oh, and they're
Top
changing the
Gun with
Lando
Star
show
Wars,
into
wow.
a TV show, into a movie. Glover, which
Yeah.
I guess that sounds kind of good, you know. But I don't know. Star Wars is always in kind of a mess, but maybe this might be a thin line I'm pulling, but maybe maybe Ahsoka is a bridge to something. Because
Yeah,
there
the
are
bridge
good
to that like
projects
weird Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all
Andor.
Boba Fett, all the TV shows they're culminating in
Yeah.
a movie, right?
Oh yeah, hold on, wait. Does the Ahsoka episode of Mandalorian, like, does that all happen before the Ahsoka show or after?
Yeah.
Wait,
It happens
before?
before.
I'm pretty sure this is all like after season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yeah, it
Okay.
has to be after because in the Mandalorian episode they she was fighting the lady who's like a villain in Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, because she was captured. She's already
Yeah.
been captured.
Oh.
Mhm.
But
All right, cool.
yeah,
No, but we already know this is after that because that's season 2, is it not? I thought you guys
Yeah.
meant like the Luke episode.
Well, just all of that in general.
yeah.
No,
I
actually,
guess.
no. Isn't the Ahsoka episode from season 1 where he's trying to find Luke?
No, it's season
No,
2.
it's from season
is-
2.
Oh, well, either way. Oh,
'cause
okay.
season
Then yeah, because I think the last time we've seen her was season 3 of The Mandalorian.
We saw in
And
season
actually, we saw
3.
in Book of
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
You saw
She's in
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
Oh, it's the Book of Boba Fett. That's the one I
Yeah,
was thinking
so
of.
dumb.
Okay, I actually have a little thing for us to do. Let's rank all the Star Wars TV shows.
How about no? We have so much
How
more to
about-
talk about.
Can we
I wanna
not?
do-
Because I've
Yeah,
only
I still
seen
have
two
my
second
seasons
thing.
of one show.
Yeah, I still have my second thing to talk about. The second
fine.
thing
but
I have watched that
I don't
Beck has
know.
also watched, but he
I-
has watched it worse,
Fuck
and
you,
now I
fuck
have
you,
surpassed
fuck you,
him.
fuck you, fuck you.
fuck
have-
you.
Absolutely, I've absolutely dominated him.
You have
Yeah, he
bro,
has dominated.
Bro, okay. You have had COVID for a week. I have school and college apps. This is not a fair competition.
Hey,
I don't know.
Nikola's always
You could have been
doing
watching it
college
while
apps.
school.
Nicola's not always doing college apps.
He's kind of
He's
been
actually-
always doing it since
Bro,
like
he's been playing.
ninth grade.
He's been playing VTOL VR and watching Adventure Time for like the entire week. Between
And
trying to
playing
fix
War
his
Thunder.
Steam profile, he's
Wait,
been doing
Nicola,
3
why-
things.
Nicola, why are you watching Adventure Time? I thought you didn't like it.
What do you mean? I never
He's
said
doing
that.
it to spite me. He's doing it out of petty revenge.
Because I know the show gets good,
Okay.
but I never said it was bad. I just know the show gets better,
Okay. And so
so I'm watching
Beck,
it, and it's slowly
Nicola
getting better.
has fucked you over, and
So, but Zadra's on
Yeah.
like episode 6. I'm already on episode like 20.
8, actually.
Okay. Either
That's
way,
a
I'm on like
real
episode. I
Zadra
think.
move.
Let me check. I think it's like episode 22 right now.
He's
Who
in.
knows?
He's
I
in,
think I'm
he's in the
almost
part when I describe season 2 as like the peakest part of season 2,
Okay, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
gotta
which
get
is
to
like
that.
the
I think-
last 10 episodes all back to back.
Yeah,
well,
I'm on episode 20 right now.
It's
I'm on
basically
the
a
one-
fucking-
What's it called?
I think it's the one where he's trying to go to the movies.
Oh no, Go With Me is not
Go
that
with
good.
me. Yeah,
Go
it's Go With Me.
Yeah, Go
watching
With Me
Adventure
isn't-
Time for
that's the
Beck
one
is
we
literally
like.
his
It's
mind
just
comes.
Marceline being kind of an
What?
asshole. It's kind of
It's
funny
his-
though.
I
It's
know.
because it's your struggle, Beck.
That's just not
You
the
can
context.
just say my struggle.
He's Jewish. It's fine. He can say it.
Mein
Can you-
Kampf.
Okay,
Danny.
I'm halfway through episode 9.
I actually lost the hair of my guy.
Oh, that's right.
I remember. I was fidgeting with him, and his hair went flying off, and I cannot.
The
find
guy
it.
is
Nicola,
still
you
in
have
my
to-
room.
Nicola, it's like a voodoo doll. You have to shave your hair now.
Mine just doesn't stay
I
on
was gonna get a
because
buzz
mine's
cut
not
anyway.
made
Mine's
for
like
this type of
stuck
Oh,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah. The same thing is, it doesn't attach. Like you can see, the head comes off constantly.
Yeah,
but it just
my
doesn't.
head comes
mine's
off
a Lego
constantly.
Red
It's being
piece.
played with. It's for display purposes.
Wow, that's not what
Also, I
Legos
find
are
it so
for.
funny
Have you
how it
seen the
looks
Lego
like-
movie?
It looks like those are like part of it, but those are like
Cracks.
those are broke. Those are cracks.
That makes it
Incredible.
funnier though.
But it looks
Okay,
like
but
cum
talk-
letters.
Let's talk about why you love Adventure Time.
Okay,
Me?
no,
No,
Nicola.
Nicola.
Damn.
Nicola.
So true.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say I watched about 2.5 this week. Progress.
And you
go back.
hated them.
I'm so proud
Absolutely
of you.
hated them.
I did not like Crystals Have Power. I thought Power
Well,
Animal.
it has 3 trunks.
Yeah, okay, it did have a
I
cool
hate-
callback.
Wait, Crystals of Power was actually a good episode, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's
I
actually
didn't
like a
like
good
it. That's my
episode.
personal opinion. Other
I didn't like
parts
it.
is
like
is kind of good so far.
Yeah.
Really?
Other Tarts. That's the one I hate. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no,
No, that's the one you didn't like. That's the one you said you
that's the
skipped
one I
halfway.
didn't like.
Wow, wait. Power Animal was good though.
Power Animal's great.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
show you how it's
So Beck,
done.
are you ramping up to get to Nikola level soon? When do you think?
Bro, Nikola, he is like an unstoppable beast. He will binge
He's a
TV shows
binge monster.
faster than like I can like get through one episode.
Oh, it was the other tarts. Yeah, I did not like the other tarts.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And so, I mean, you guys have any discoveries on Adventure Time
No,
or like?
I can't have any discoveries with 2.5 episodes.
I'm just waiting for the Lich. I love the Lich. I
No,
can't wait till he
no,
wears
no,
the
Nicola,
bodies.
Nicola, he only shows up
Yeah.
as that one throwaway person in that one season 1 episode.
Well, you guys have no discoveries, so
I
I
don't
think
think
we
you know who I'm talking about.
let's transition into something similar to Adventure Time. Fiona and Cake Aiden.
Was it
Are you
Fiona
really?
Cake
Holy
time?
shit, that was a good animation.
All
You
right.
mean transition?
So we're
No,
gonna
I
talk
mean,
I'm
about this
watching the
root beer
background.
actually first.
Okay, yeah.
This
Oh.
We're
root
watching-
beer is
Ruined
the
my
Classic
transition.
Aiden food review.
classic Aiden food review. Root beer from Devil's Canyon Brewing Company.
Mhm.
Now, brewing company usually means alcohol, but they also have this root
No,
beer.
I remember. You know how I know that? Because last year, my rowing had an end of the year celebration at that company, at the brewery, that the parents could have the alcohol and the kids could have the root beer.
That sounds like
Now
not
some-
fun for rowing people.
And we could have barbecue in the back.
Oh, that
it was
sounds
great.
fun.
It's a big place.
Yeah, it's a big place.
And
It's
we
Like a
like
good.
We're up
local
at the
place?
hub.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you
Kind
haven't
of.
opened it yet?
Now we're gonna crack it open.
It's crisp. I know it's good.
All right, let's taste
Chug
it.
it, chug it, chug it. Chug, 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 chug. You failed.
That's some
You're
good.
supposed to poke a hole in the back and just chug it.
I'm not doing that. This is 16 ounces. That's a lot.
Hey, just unhinge your jaw like a snake.
Yeah.
I'll just eat the whole can.
Hey, have you tried
Just eat the
that?
can.
I have tried eating the can. It doesn't taste as good.
Okay, what's the review? Is it
I
how
can't wait
many
to go through all the
root beer
games.
floats out of root beer floats do you give it?
I've never had a root beer float, but it's a 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Go
One
get
of
some
the
ice
best
cream
root
right
beers
now.
I've had.
Like the ice cream. Go get the pod filled with ice cream and from the pods
So
episode
true.
and,
Yeah.
and put it in a
Yes.
glass and then fill it up with some root beer and have a root beer
That
float
And then
episode
put
right
the
is
now.
also
Tide
good.
Pod in it, so it really makes it zing.
Yeah.
They really hit us with the double whammy by thinking the pigs were good, but then they were actually evil.
And then they gave them wands and ice cream. That's crazy.
Okay, this is getting
I
way
know.
too chaotic.
But they were
Let's centralize
they were
this.
allergic to the ice
Aiden,
cream.
come on.
Well,
Let's
we're still
centralize it.
talking. We're talking about Adventure Time, Marie. Okay, hold on.
Let's centralize, baby.
All right. So Fiona and Cake, what happened in these 2 episodes? So the last episode from last week, what happened? They were in the baby universe, and they went
The
from the
baby
baby
Oh,
universe?
it's the episode with the lich, right? Yeah.
That's later. So now the first,
Okay.
the
Oh,
first next
baby.
episode is they are in a world in which Simon dies during the mushroom.
Okay,
War.
are we just going through every single like universe where Simon just has something different?
I think
Yes.
so. I think the show is kind of like based around the fact that Simon is just like this massively important.
In like
And
every
him becoming-
universe?
Yeah, and him becoming the Ice King is like what is needed for the universe to
So like a
not
canon
break.
event?
Yeah, like a canon event.
Wow. His
Holy
canon
shit, that's a
event is turning
reference.
into a crazy old man. Let's go.
Yeah, I think
It's kind
so.
of a sad though. It's the
Anyway.
tragedy of Simon Petronov.
Of Simon Petronov.
Petrakov. Right?
Anyway, so in the
I like how even Uri knows it.
so this episode is like so Marceline was never found by Simon, and so
Oh.
Marceline goes what?
I said ooh, because
I
I'm
thought you said- I thought you
interested.
said a who. I was gonna point
Who?
at the screen. Bar.
Ooh,
Guys, look,
ooh.
it's Michaela Dietz, the person that voices V from the Owl House and Amethyst in
Yo,
Steven
that's
Universe.
cool.
That's crazy.
I'm
So
gonna ban Beck for that.
Wow.
you're saying that's crazy. Anyway, so
That's crazy, man.
in the universe, the world is overrun with vampires because Marceline was never protected by Simon, and she never had like the grudge against vampires to go and become a vampire killer. And without her
Relatable.
being a vampire killer, that means no humans, which means no Finn, which means the
Wait,
entire
I mean,
world is
Jake doesn't
destroyed.
turn into a house in that universe?
No, he doesn't turn
Jake's
into a
dead.
house.
How? How?
Jake's a
Worst
zombie.
universe. Worst universe.
Worst universe.
Terrible universe.
So there's vampires, and then they get picked up by Bubblegum, and she has a tank that's Peppermint Butler, and then she has 2 refugees, one being and then the other being Mark. And
Peppermint Butler's the goat. I love him in the death episode.
he's great. Dude, Death and Bloom, such a good episode.
Have I
It
seen
is
that
a really
one?
good episode. I
It's,
like when he sucks the flower.
yeah. I like. There's a bunch of parts of that episode that are good.
Okay, but you really like Fiona in this episode?
This episode's good. There's a part. So they came from the baby universe, and somehow Baby Finn snuck into Fiona's backpack. So now Baby Finn is just in this vampire universe, and Martin's there, and Martin takes care of him a little bit in the episode. It's like, wow, what a nice little thing. I hope that they like this thing that happens, and that Martin gets Finn, and they're like a loving family. And then Martin dies. So you're like, wow, that's awesome.
That's a rip. That's a rip.
I
love Martin. He was so fire.
He was not. He was not fire.
Okay, he was actually not fire. I don't miss him at all.
Actually, not. So true.
What are you even talking about?
I don't
Talking
know.
about Martin.
I haven't seen the show, Nikola.
Who's Martin?
Finn's dad.
Oh yeah, Finn's dad's an asshole. Fuck him.
Okay,
I hope
yeah.
he dies.
He did. That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Guys, listen to Aiden tell his story.
I try to free up space so I can download all the games I now have access to.
Okay, so
GTA 5's 110 gigabytes.
That's crazy.
Okay, I'll be able to download like 3 games at least.
But in this episode, Marceline is like the villain, and Marceline like destroys their tank, and you can see there's a very toxic lesbian relationship going between Marceline.
It's so hot though.
And Bubblegum, and oh look, it's Marceline and Bubblegum on the screen behind me. That's crazy.
Are they having lesbian sex?
Also, like a canon event in Adventure Time.
That they're gay.
That they're always
so
together.
So then they intercut between Marshall Lee, or they cut with the Marshall Lee and Gumball.
Yeah, wait, is that just like they're just still in the universe doing like slice of life rom-com stuff?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So they become gay in that they kiss, and that's cool.
Hype.
As the toxic lesbian relationship happens.
Obviously.
So it intercuts between both of those, which is cool. Their plan goes haywire when they try to take down the Vampire King, who has the crown in this universe.
Oh,
not the Vampire King.
The Vampire King.
I know very little about it, but I know that's very bad.
Yeah,
that's a real.
But ultimately, nothing really happens when they're in the, and they kind of have to leave when.
Okay.
When like the group like dies, like Huntress Wizard is dead. And Bonnie's
Huntress
like
Wizard.
falling
She's like
to her death.
Jake's girlfriend.
No, it's not. It's Finn's girlfriend. Get your act together.
I keep mixing up Jake and Finn. I keep forgetting.
Oh my god! One's a dog and one's a guy.
I know.
Jake is dating
wait. Okay, you can really simplify this by saying who turned into a house. That's the best one. Yeah.
We categorize Adventure Time characters as can turn into a house, cannot turn into a house.
Finn turned into a foot that one time.
I remember that.
He turned into a werewolf that one time, so I don't know.
Don't remember.
Okay, now people who turn into a foot, house, and something else. Just outside.
Yeah. So the end of the episode really results with nothing. They don't really accomplish anything.
How many more episodes do you have left in the season?
There's 2 more next week.
It comes out 2 more, so that's like the end of the season, right?
Yeah,
it's like 2 a week.
Yeah, but I gotta talk about the second episode still.
Yeah, talk about it.
So after they leave, so the next episode is called Jerry. Now
like
Jerry,
from Rick and Morty?
No.
Oh.
So there's not a character named Jerry in Adventure Time.
That's weird.
Like all the rest of the episodes have actually had like names that make sense. Like they've had Fiona and Cake, or they've had Fiona, they've had Simon, they've had Prismo, they've had Cake, They've had Destiny because that was about the Destiny gang. They had the Winter King because that was about the Winter King, and then the Star, which was Marceline's like vampire name, which still
Okay.
which like fits in with the theming of tarot cards for names, which is cool.
Like JoJo.
And then and then this episode is just called Jerry.
Jerry.
Who's
It's like Jerry or like any
Oh,
last names?
Jerry! I know this reference. I get it. I
Wait,
get
any
it
last
now.
names?
Nikola, you
Just
can't
Jerry?
get it.
You can't get it.
I do get it.
Anyway, this
Just
universe,
Jerry.
everything is dead. Nothing is alive.
That's a rip.
There's nothing. They keep walking. They can't find anything. They can't find an ice king. There's like it's all dead. They're like, what the hell's going on? And from the previous episode, Fiona was like trying to protect Cake from taking the crown from the Vampire King because Fiona's super protective of Cake, and so Cake is mad at Fiona for this episode because Cake
Okay.
is just wanting to like do her own thing as a stretchy cat.
You have to, man. You just
Yeah.
have to.
So this episode, they're like walking around. They can't seem to find anything. The like subplot is Simon telling Fiona about how he met Betty, and that's just like a little cute, that's a cute little love story there. But eventually they find the treehouse, and it's
no.
and it's completely dead.
What's the treehouse?
That's where they
where Finn and
live.
Jake live.
Oh, is that what he turned into?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
And they find BMO.
Oh.
Okay. And who's BMO?
He's the little robot. He was on the screen a little bit ago.
Okay.
Well,
Eagle-eyed viewers will catch that.
Yo, it's Simon, guys! It's Simon from Fiona and Cake in the background. Yo, it's
Wow.
Okay.
Anyway, it's just BMO, and they're like, BMO,
Not
what the
BMO.
hell is going on? And so BMO, as a character, is just like a little playful boy. He was made to be playful and have imagination.
And play
That is
games on.
And play. Yeah, that is literally what he was made for.
So he's like Nikola.
Yeah, he's just a little baby boy. And he's just like, yeah, everyone just kind of left one day. A little weird. I'm just waiting for them to come back. And you're like, that's a little weird.
It's like that
Like
dog from
Wall-E.
Futurama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go to like the remnants of the Ice Kingdom, and there's like just all of Ice King's stuff is there. And they're like, wow, what's going on? They find some tapes, and BMO's like, ooh, butt stuff. And then he puts the tape in his butt, and they watch the tape. And it's just like Ice King being Ice King. And Fiona's like, wow, this is what Ice King was like? This is really sad. And he's like, look, I put my crown in my drum. And he's like, bomb, bomb, bomb. And then it like cuts to him just being a skeleton for one frame.
Oh.
There's just one frame of this video where he's just a skeleton, and then it cuts. And you're like,
So he killed the entire universe by playing drums.
what happened?
What's your theory?
Well, it gets shown at the end.
Okay.
So, but
My
they're like,
theory is that something happens.
Yeah, they're like, well, we don't know where the crown is. We should just get out of this universe, but we can't.
Are they
the
trying
remote's
to
broken.
collect crowns or what?
They're just trying to get one. They're just trying to get one crown.
Oh,
so
that's
that Fiona
funny.
and Cake can go home and their universe be normal, and then Simon's gonna become the Ice King again. That's been the goal this whole time.
Okay, cool.
What happened with the Winter King? Why couldn't they do it with the Winter
Because
King?
Because he melted.
He got an infinity train.
But his crown was
he was
not.
evil. The crown.
What about his?
The crown broke.
Oh.
Wait, it broke?
Yeah, because Fiona
I thought I
touched it and
couldn't
it like
do that.
disintegrated, kind of.
Okay.
But so BMO's like, hey, what if we took the remote to Princess Bubblegum? She'd be able to fix it. And they're like, oh, Princess Bubblegum, she's around? That's awesome. Then they go to the Candy Kingdom and it's all destroyed and stuff. And BMO's like, look, it's Princess Bubblegum. And then it's just BMO puts her crown on. And BMO's like, well, I can't fix this. Sorry. And they're like, BMO told us that you could fix it. He's like, can't do that.
No.
Sorry about that.
That's a rip.
Not
Yeah.
BMO.
And then, so Fiona breaks down crying because
Okay. Yeah,
of
obviously.
emotions, because she's this 27-year-old woman who's been going through it.
Especially,
And-
I've been transported between different dimensions. That
And
would-
like Cake screams at her and she gets all upset and runs away, and then Simon comes to comfort her by telling her the end of like the love story between him and Betty.
Oh.
And it ends with Simon stopping her at the bus stop to her trip to Australia. And Fiona's like, "Oh, so you went to Australia with her?" And he's like, yeah, no, why would I do that?" So I feel like there's a bit of like a troubled relationship in here
Oh yeah.
between this Simon and Betty relationship, which is gonna maybe be sad. But then it cuts to Bimo. He's like, "Wow, that was such a heartwarming story. I'm I'm gonna like plug the remote into myself, and so we can like maybe recharge it with my hero heart." And he like opens his face and like plugs the remote in, and he's like, "Yes, the remote. It's like working. It's getting its power back." And they're all really excited because they're getting right. And then Bimo fucking explodes and dies and burns to death.
That's dark.
This show is so out of context. Both Adventure Time and Fiona and Cake weird.
It's so
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah, but it sounds good. I guess. Beck will have to see if he
Yeah,
ever.
bro, all of these
watches it.
episodes sound amazing, and I wish I could watch them instead of the ones in season 2.
So true. But Bimo dies, and they're like, and earlier in the episode, Bimo was like, "Oh yeah, in there, that's where my friend Jerry lives." So we talk and play all the time. I hang out with him all the time. And they're like, "Well, Bimo's dead. We should probably go tell Jerry that Bimo is dead." So they go to Jerry's house and they're like,
Jerry.
"Hey, Jerry, Bimo's dead." And Fiona's like, "Whoa, Jerry's real. That's crazy." And then Jerry's the Lich.
That's funny.
What's the lich?
That's
What's
the
the lich?
really bad guy.
Evil.
The embodiment of death.
No. Death is the embodiment of death.
No,
He is just evil.
No, he's like death. So this universe that they're in the episode, the season 4 finale, the Lich wishes that all life on Ooh was gone, and that's what this universe is. We thought previously that universe got erased in the season 5 episode 2, Jake the dog, when Jake wishes that they go back in time and the Lich never makes his wish. They thought that's what they thought.
Yeah.
But now it's realizing that this is our original Lich from our original universe. And this is the world that he wished for. And all life stopped existing at 1 second. And that's what the like one frame of as a skeleton was all
So this
life
guy
stopped
can
existing all at 1 second.
This guy can just wish universes, or
No,
like
he went to Prismo.
Yeah, he did one of the
Okay.
questy things that you need for a wish.
He went to Prismo, and
okay.
and Prismo had to grant the wish, and that's what happened. But it's such a wild revelation to realize that this is like this actually still
That's the
happened.
universe me and Nikola are watching right now.
Yeah, up until season 4, that's the universe that you're in.
Yeah.
Once
And
you're
so it's all
past
dead
season-
now.
Yeah, everything
Wow.
past season 4 is a different universe, and the original season 1 to 4 universe is done, is gone. Finn and Jake leave through a portal, and everything dies. There's no Finn and Jake. There's nothing. And Bimo just thinks they're gonna come back.
That's crazy.
And so this is a multiverse. Both of these are multiverse shows, I guess, or like what?
No, not original adventure. Like they play with the idea of the multiverse, but it's not. There's never really anything like explicitly shown.
Yeah.
But they seen the Lich, and the Lich is like, "Cease, Ice Wizard, Ice Wizard. I would have killed you 1,000 times over normally." And then he just stops talking, and they're like, "Guys, I don't think we're in trouble. I think he's super depressed because everything is dead and he has nothing else to do."
Yeah,
That's funny.
I saw that clip.
Yeah. So they're like, "Okay, well, we can't get out of here, so I guess we're just stuck here with the Lich."
How do they normally go through universes?
With the remote, but the remote's broken.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And then Fiona reaches into her backpack and pulls out the crown that she grabbed from the drum set earlier episode.
Yeah.
That was done off screen. So
I know the ending.
Fiona's had the crown on her the whole time, and Kate gets pissed at her. She's like, "You had the crown the whole time. We could have gone back already. Bimo didn't have to die." And Fiona's like, "Okay, but like Simon's gonna like go insane. And wouldn't it be better if he were like everyone's gonna die eventually? Wouldn't it be better if he died as himself rather than crazy lunatic?" Right? Like she's struggling with actually having she doesn't want Simon to have to go through all that again just so her and Cake go back to normal. but Cake doesn't want to go back to normal. She's like good as she is, so she's like dealing with
He
this
wants to be
conflict.
a talking cat, not a non-talking cat.
Not a non-talking cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fiona gives Simon the crown. She ultimately does that, and Simon does like the whoop 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 thing again, and Fiona and Cake go back into Simon's head.
And
And
they
then-
go.
No, and then the scabbard guy shows up. He's been doing his own side plot where he gets arrested and talked to by Orb guy, and the Orb guy's like, "Dude, Prismo's totally chill. He'd never create an alternate universe. You're totally whack." And then he talks to Prismo's boss, which is like, who the hell is Prismo's boss? Prismo's basically a god.
Yeah.
How is there a
No,
boss
we
of
know
God?
he has a boss. He said in the past that he has a boss.
No, I know. He says my boss will be mad. My boss will be mad, and I think that's in like when he comes back for like the second time or during crossover.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay.
But we know but he talks to the boss, and the boss sends him to go kill the Ice King. And then when Simon's about to put the crown on, he's like, "Okay, goodbye, Betty." And then he thinks of Betty, and the portal opens to Golb, and then him and the Scabbard go into the portal with to Golb. And then the end of the episode is the Lich. His eye like flashes with Golb's face in it, and like his blood around his mouth, and he has like a smile. So something sinister is gonna happen in the next episode.
Which is the penultimate
Yeah,
episode.
and then in the next two episodes, they're gonna go
Penultimate
crazy.
and ultimate, Beck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so what's your perceived end game for this last two episodes?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's a good thing to know because you can't predict where everything is going.
I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like I don't know. Like both outcomes are depressing. Either Simon becomes the Ice King again and has to live through everything that he's, and Fiona and Cake get their magic world, or Fiona and Cake go back to their garbage life, and Simon. Well, we don't even know what's gonna happen to Simon because he's going to Golb with the Scarab.
What's
and
gold?
Golb is
Golb-
is the god of chaos and destruction,
That's not good.
and also
he's a
happens
little
to be his
baby man.
girlfriend.
Whoa.
Well, he
I
was
feel
a
like
little baby
that's
man,
not
but
good.
now he's his
That's
girlfriend.
crazy.
If you watch the finale, it would
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, it probably would. But
It probably
how
would.
is Nikola? Nikola actually knows a lot more about this than me.
Yeah. Like for a guy who's only like ahead 10 episodes, you know a surprising amount.
Because he's probably watched clips online.
Maybe that's how I learned what
And
Adventure
so
Time
Fiona
really
takes a
was.
one-season show.
I think so.
Okay.
It's hard to
How do I
imagine a
make
second
that work?
season.
I don't
It-
know,
it very
guys.
much is.
They're planning 12 seasons of the live-action One Piece.
Yeah, bro.
Really?
There's already
Well,
1,000
yeah,
episodes of
yeah,
the
there's
original
also- yeah.
anime.
Yeah, there's also that already also exists. They just have
Yeah.
to translate it to live action. Fiona Cake's its whole own story, but I think it's gonna wrap up. I just hope there's more adventure, like we got with Distant Lands, and then Fiona and Cake. I hope there's just another series.
Really?
Okay, well,
I feel
Keep
like
it going.
stretching it out too much.
No, because
Well-
they've all been peak.
let's talk about a different animated property.
All right.
Fukurama.
What?
Oh, yo, Futurama.
Oh, what-
Okay, I will go now since Aiden had talked for a while, and you're probably sick of hearing Aiden's voice. So,
Oh, true.
Futurama.
That's what I'm saying.
Futurama. Aiden fell for the listener. So Futurama. I'm
Speechless.
struggling to comprehend this. Okay, you got, if no one has seen Adventure Time before this episode, what Aiden did, what Aiden rambling would still make more sense to a person who hasn't seen Adventure Time than what a person who has seen Futurama watched this episode. This episode
So true.
of Futurama doesn't make a lot of fucking sense.
I'm gonna say before you start though, I liked the anthology episodes. All that they've had,
I do.
I enjoyed all of them.
And now I kind of wish I
Okay.
had watched the Futurama episode.
Oh, I wish you watched this one instead of last week.
Yeah, because this episode, it was trying a lot in different directions. You know, I'm just gonna say.
I don't know if it was trying. I'll be honest.
But it was being
really
it was
funny.
okay. So they have Leela and Fry make a delivery to the Space King.
No,
A
Bender's there
character.
too.
Oh yeah, Bender's there too. A character I don't think has never been introduced before, but that's
They
fine.
mentioned it. They mentioned him one time.
They did in the past.
Yeah, when
Oh
I don't
really?
remember what episode, but Leela like becomes a real estate agent. She's like, "Yeah, I just sold a castle to the king of space."
Okay,
So
and so
it does exist.
it does exist. Okay, so apparently it does exist, and so they deliver a package to the Space King, and it's like a portrait of his wife or something. And I thought,
Yeah, it's a
okay,
macaroni portrait.
yeah, and so I thought, okay, that's okay. It'll be like a little maybe a Space King adventure. It's like more like a parody on like royal kingdoms in like space or something. I don't know. Because the episode's called "The Princess and the Product," and so, but then this really kind of fucking weird thing happens where Leela falls in love with the space prince and decides she's gonna marry him, and this comes out of fucking. Where does this come out of? It's
No,
like,
because she
okay.
just broke up with Fry, right?
No, she's in love with Fry. That's the
They're
whole thing.
dating.
Okay, they are still dating. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just comes out of left field. She's like, Fry, I'm in love with this person now. And Fry as the good man he is, he's like, okay. Okay.
And so the weird thing is, okay, we assume Leela. Sorry, I'm just looking at Beck looking off screen. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So. Okay, so we assume Leela probably is like under a spell or something. Maybe like
that I thought that. So like I'm smart.
And so okay, that's fine. That might be normal. Like that's okay. But okay, then
just another Tuesday afternoon.
But then this fucking thing goes left turn so fucking hard. Okay, then they have like a fucking toy ad. Toy ad for like I don't know, like
action figures.
Wind-up action figure. And then okay, that's a little quirky, but I feel like Futurama might do that. Just like a little toy ad break.
And then it cuts to a universe where they're all toys, and then they do a little side plot there.
A little side plot, like a little ad break, but it's a mini story.
Yeah, so
you know?
Fry's gonna
like
7.
Okay.
And then we have 2 more of those back.
We have 3 throughout the episode. Okay, and then it's like, okay, I'm struggling. Maybe it's like, I'm just thinking, what the fuck is going on?
What's the theming here? Like that.
What?
Like then the mini one is about Fry and Bender. Like Fry's gonna die, and Bender doesn't want him to die, and then Bender ends up sacrificing himself. And then it's about rebirth and how Bender comes back, and it's like, okay, that's what's going on here. And then it cuts back to the love story, and you're like, what?
And then in the love story, Fry's all like, you know what, Leela, I'm gonna fight for your right to embrace Prince, which is like,
I mean, that's just the guy that's just the kind of guy Fry is.
I guess, but okay. And so they're planning, they're gonna do like a joust or something. And so they're like, okay, I'm struggling to figure out what's the pacing and theme. And so it's like, okay. And then another fucking toy ad and another fucking mini plot. And these
Hot Wheels this time.
And these plots aren't like that interesting. They're not long enough to be like something of substantial worth. They're just like mini stories. Okay, Zoidberg is like a hot Wheels car serial killer of his friends.
That's weird.
And so it's like, okay. And it's like, it feels, what's weird about this is that anthologies, usually they do anthology, like a story. But the weird is, real plot, anthology, real plot, anthology. Okay. That's like the weird, why did they structure that? I'm just confused. What was the point?
Normally they have a good framing device, like the what if machine, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen. I think either do the like 3 anthologies and don't have the like middle love plot, or make that an episode, but also don't, because that was dumb.
Okay, yeah, and so what? And then we overall have 3 ads. What was the last one? I don't remember.
That was the eggs and the ducks.
Oh, the eggs and the ducks. You can explain that a little.
Okay, so Duck Fry, Duck Amy, Duck Zoidberg, and Duck Farnsworth. They're like, wow, let's go to the edge of the world because everything is. And then they go to the edge of
Everything
the
is
world,
awesome.
and then there's Egg Leela, Egg Hermes, Egg Bender, and Egg Scruffy, and they're like, whoa, people from the water, and then they're like, oh, people from the land, and then there's a Romeo and Juliet between the Egg Leela and the Egg Fry. Then they can't be together because one is land and one is water, and then they have a war and everyone dies.
This
And
sounds
then-
like not
and
a
then-
very
and
good
wait, and then-
episode.
And then Duck Fry becomes Egg Fry, and Egg Leela becomes Duck Leela, and then
they're like
walk off
baby
into the
versions of
sunset.
them.
Yeah, and then they walk
And-
into the sunset together.
Okay, and then here let me finish what happens in the regular. So
in the
they
regular
have
story.
yeah the regular okay, and so they have like Fry is gonna fight the Space King so Leela can marry the
Space Prince.
the Space Prince, and so but Leela decides she's gonna fight for Fry's side as like a champion, and so she fights and she manages to kill Space King. But guess what? It was the Space King also had a champion. It was the Space Prince. So Leela killed her lover.
Oh.
So bad. This is so sad.
No. It was
And
a
then-
twist. We didn't see it coming, so that means it's
Okay.
So right.
And so here's a little twist, Beck.
Yeah.
So they're on the ship, and then Fry's all like, "I bet you're really sad, Leela," or something like. But I'm not really sad. I was under a spell, and Fry's like, "A magic spell?" And then Farnsworth comes up on like screen. No, a
science spell.
spell. And that's the episode.
And then Bender's the ship, and he does a loop-de-loop, and they crash into the sun. I don't know.
nice.
It's truly like I just don't understand what was the plot of this episode.
Here,
I just don't understand.
I put my thoughts in Discord as I was watching them. Let me go read them out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Try doing the same intonation.
Bruh, what the fuck is this Futurama episode? I'm so fucking confused. I wonder what the plot twist is.
Never fucking mind. I wonder what the plot twist was. Oh, it was confusing episode. That's what the plot twist was.
That sounds like a very good plot twist.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
I just like I got by the end of the episode you understand what happened in the episode, but you just like nothing really made sense, and that's kind of the plot.
Yeah.
It was disappointing for a penultimate episode, but I don't know. This season's been kind of a mixed bag, I think, and some good, some bad, some fucking confusing, and I don't know, some good. Nothing has reached like the really great Futurama level, I think.
No, it's by far the worst episode of the season, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's saying they have a fucking COVID episode this season, so
And the COVID episode was pretty bad.
yeah. So maybe they can wrap
Let's see
it
if
up in
the
10.
finale works. Although I don't know if it will because it looks to be about Bender struggling with being an AI, which they've already done before. So
Wait, all
Yeah.
of our shows end next week, right? Like
Yep.
I mean, Harley Quinn's over.
Harley Quinn's
Futurama
over,
is-
but we have End of Fiona and Cake and End of Futurama.
Ahsoka still has 2 more episodes.
But you know what's
Oh, yeah,
coming out?
okay. What?
You know what's coming out?
Rick and
Gen
Morty.
V.
Oh yeah. Wait, are we all gonna watch that?
Friday.
I
It's
haven't
coming out
seen
Friday.
it.
I definitely
Boys.
think it's gonna be cringe, but
I think it's gonna be good, and I'll
I'll
do a
watch it
review.
just because like I like the boys and it might be decent.
Yeah, but and then let's talk a little bit about. I want to talk just a little bit about because the trailer comes out Monday. Rick and Morty.
Okay. What do you have to
we'll
talk
see.
about? It's just like the show.
I'm interested on how. So Aiden, you have a hand raised up.
Yeah, because I did watch a movie this week, and I do want to talk
Okay,
about
I
something.
have
Okay.
like 3 things to talk about also. So
Okay, Beck, go first.
I'm just-
no.
fine,
I
wait,
want
I
to
just
hear about
wanna-
your
I just
movie,
wanna-
Aiden.
I just want to really recap. I think it's gonna be really interesting how they do the voices because like I wonder if they're going to do it in the trailer. I don't know.
There's no way they do them in the trailer.
No, you
No,
think it's
no.
we're waiting for
There's
They're
no
saving
premiere?
way.
it for like one random joke in the pilot.
But you know what? It's really saying you haven't gotten a trailer, but it comes out the 15th of October,
Mhm.
Mm.
and that's really soon. So
Okay. No, what they're gonna have is they're
yeah,
gonna literally have every other character except that isn't voiced by Justin Roiland talking while everyone else is silent in the trailer.
Yeah.
Morty.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, cool.
What did
Movie,
you watch, Beck?
Aiden. No, Aiden, give me the
Oh,
movie.
all right. So it was like midnight, and I was like, wow, I should watch something. And I was on YouTube watching Muppet songs as I do at 12 in the morning.
Okay, please
And
be the Muppet movie I have actually watched.
not the Muppet movie you've actually watched.
This
Um
is sad.
so it came up, it said on my YouTube it was free with ads, but I have an ad blocker, so it didn't show me ads. I watched the 1985 movie Follow That Bird.
What the fuck is that movie?
So it starts off with this with
Is it
these
animated?
there are animated like portions, but it's Jim Henson puppets.
Ah.
So basically there's these birds, and there's this 6-year-old who's living on the streets of New York, and he has no family. So let's put him up with this adoptive family. And so the movie, so then they go down to the city in New York, and there's Big Bird, and he's there, right? He's in Sesame Street with all the Sesame Street people. This is Sesame Street movie, if you guys didn't
Oh,
realize.
okay. I did not realize
Yeah.
that.
So they send Big Bird to his adoptive family, and they're dodos and they're stupid. So Big Bird decides to walk all the way from Illinois back to New York because he's like, it's only like a 3-hour walk. It only took me 2 hours here. It should be no problem.
Yeah.
Um, it was a good movie.
Right.
It
That
it
sounds
it's kind of funny.
that sounds like a good find.
They had some funny jokes. I liked the parts when Big Bird wasn't on screen because he's really boring of a character.
Mm.
I like when they were trying to find him. The part where they go to like the Grouch Cafe was pretty funny. Like the two circus guys, their acting was so bad, but it was really good. I think I may just have to use my brain.
You know.
And then it cuts to the next scene after like 3 minutes of pause.
Great.
I'm just gonna.
There's some good scenes
Yeah,
though.
okay,
There's
yeah.
the one where when Big Bird is captured by the circus owners.
Big Bird.
It's Big
Yeah,
Bird.
I know.
There's some kids come in and they're like, "Wow, are you real?" And they're like, "Of course he's real. He's crying." And then it's like an emotional moment.
Mm.
But it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's interesting to see old Sesame Street. Like I grew up watching some Sesame Street, but it's like interesting to
Really?
see these but it's interesting to see like these characters who have such a big presence nowadays that just don't exist. Like Elmo is not
Like
in the
what?
movie.
Oh.
Oh.
Like this is a time before Elmo. Kermit's in the movie. This
Ooh.
is a time when Kermit was still on Sesame.
You what?
Kermit was on Sesame Street.
I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Kermit's fucking hot.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but it's just like interesting to see like how much things have changed since like 80s, right?
Yeah. 9/11 happened.
So true. That's why
Do they
Elmo's
That is a
popular.
reference
fact.
That's why
That
Elmo's
is
They
a-
talk
popular.
about it?
No,
Is it like
it's
Rick and Morty where they reference it?
the movie was filmed in 1985.
Hmm. I literally cannot wait for the Rick and Morty first episode where they're just gonna be making fun of it. They're gonna be like, guys, we sound different, but if you have 9 billion IQ and you can understand the show, you would know that this is funny.
Yeah.
But Nikola, I thought the way you were saying it, you were gonna say, I can't wait for 9/11. You know, Revenge of the 9/11s.
Wow. They should call
Sir,
that
a
912.
second building has hit the plane.
I'm gonna say something really quick. It would have been a better transition, but it's just like a
It's
1 minute
completely
thing.
cut out
Yeah.
I'm gonna. It was. I have a transition.
Yeah.
It's from Futurama. Matt Groening, Disenchantment. I'm still doing my rewatch of it. I'm on
Okay.
season 3 right now,
Mhm.
and so that's what I've been watching. And so,
Cool.
yeah, and so there's like one character in the show who I feel like has the biggest, like, who kind of gets like hit with the most, like, kind of like tragedies. I would say like he's kind of a tragic character because like he's like both of his wives kind of like left him,
Oh.
and like he got
Relatable.
fucking shot. And I know later in the show he gets buried alive, and he kind of goes crazy.
This is the elf guy, right?
No,
Oh.
This is the
I won't
king.
say the. Yeah, it is the king.
Okay.
Yo, John DiMaggio.
Yeah, but and so it's kind of interesting to see how his, because I haven't seen season 5. Season 5 is the last season, so I wonder if he like gets like a kind of a happy ending. 5. So yeah, but right now I'm really enjoying. I love rewatching it
It's
because
weird that
there's
a
nothing.
Matt Groening show is finally ending. Because we still
Wow.
have Futurama going, and we have Simpsons.
And Simpsons. Well, Simpsons is never going to die.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Futurama will
has
probably
ended like 5 times. So
yeah. So, but this is
Well-
the first. This is the first Matt Groening show to
They're
have a
being
small
gay on
number of
the
seasons
back
and actually end.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. I always love rewatching a good TV show. So,
Mhm.
and it's not like an amazing, pretty solid TV show,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's evolving, and let's end this entire podcast with what Beck
Beck's
has
been
been watching.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about
9/11.
three
No, sorry,
things.
on the brain
First
today.
thing, My Hero Academia. I'm not
Yo.
gonna talk about that this week.
Yo.
Good.
Oh, everyone
Because
clap!
I am
You might get
15
pictures.
episodes from the ending, and I think I'll just talk about them next. I'll talk about my entire show recap next week instead of just doing.
A little Beck retrospective.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but so far, my one thing is they are building up this season 6 as like the complete final battle finale ending, but I feel
It's
like
not.
they're not like fully committing to it because the main guy's still only using 45% of his max power. It's the end of their first year of high school, so it feels like they're trying to have this big, and like literally every single
You're
hero
watching it on Netflix,
in
right? Where are you watching it
existence.
on?
I'm watching on Hulu.
Oh,
Like,
right. Hulu,
every
'cause I don't
single
have Hulu.
hero in existence is at this battle, but it feels like
Nikola, you look
they're
such like a
trying to
drunk
extend
man.
it.
What do you
which
mean?
It's like really weird, but I'll give my
Nikola
thoughts
kind of
on
looks
it.
like an alpha
What do
bro
you
right
mean by
now.
that? What do you mean by that?
So true.
So,
Nikola, give us some great Andrew Tate opinions from the alpha layer.
or you're the one who follows
Oh,
Andrew
alright.
Tate. You should give that
I
advice.
don't.
Yeah.
Stop with this fucking lie,
No,
Beck.
you
Let me
literally
bring up
did.
let me
lying.
bring
This
up
is
the
not a lie.
Celsius podcast account on Twitter. Let's see let's see what
All
Andrew
right,
Tate.
back to continue
Okay,
with the thing that you're not talking about,
Sorry,
and then continue to the thing you
okay.
are talking about.
I'm just saying. I don't think they're gonna end it well, or they're
No?
just gonna try to extend it too far. That's my prediction for the ending. And then the next thing I'm gonna talk about is: do you guys know the show Sex Education?
I've heard about it. I saw the
Okay,
trailer for
I
the
will
final
say,
season and said, wow,
I
this show looks
100%
bad. No one's
blo-
gonna
I
watch this. And then I found out that it
I
was actually a widely popular show.
100%.
Yeah.
I 100% blocked Andrew Tate on the Celsius podcast account, and he is no longer blocked.
Oh
I didn't
my
do-
god, Uri.
I didn't do
Alright.
it. I didn't do it.
As he
Let's
has
see.
Twitter open right now.
You're
Okay.
a liar.
Okay.
Let me have the most recent pinned. Where's the bottle?
Oh
Has to read.
1984 is coming. The online safety bill is being used to erase me from the internet across every possible platform, including this one. First they come for me. Everyone else who tells the truth is next. Please retweet this and sign up for my newsletter.
Of course,
For
you
my
gotta
newsletter
promote the
on
newsletter in that.
codebreak.com immediately. And then it's him responding to his own tweet 2 days ago that says the British government is coming for me.
Of course. Of course.
Why would they do that for him?
All right,
I don't know.
let me talk about this. So,
You know, me personally, I edged
Okay,
his stuff.
soy boy, talk about anime and why you don't get bitches.
It's
Oh,
not.
here you
He's
go.
talking about.
concluded my Hero Academia talk.
Stop scrolling. Get back to work. Someone has to take action to make your dreams come true, and no one else is going to do it. So you have to.
Thanks.
Okay.
You are what you've done,
Oh.
not what you thought about doing, not what you plan to do. Do you understand?
I don't want a Nikola movie from 2017 type rant. And
Nicola,
here
you
you
better
go.
stop
No,
talking.
here's the last
what
one.
on
Here's
the
the last
knife?
one. So
Okay.
this one guy tweeted. This one guy tweeted, "I know you would like me to smile here at the White House, but I cannot. Not now. Julian Assange certainly saw what I am seeing. As he watched press briefings, he saw many lies and manipulations. Virtually every major claim was false. Everything was about protecting those in." And then it cuts off. But Edutate retweeted it saying, "The Matrix."
Okay, here's mine. Man and woman are the perfect team
Oh
to
my
raise
god. Are we
children.
reading
Each
Andrew
gen-
Tate quotes for the entire episode?
Where's
Each
the one where Andrew
gender
Tate posted
is
about the anime
naturally
women?
equipped with the perfect skill for their particular role in the household. Both roles, despite massive differences, are equally different and equally important.
Where's the one
Play
where
your
he posts
part
the anime women and
and
says
trust your
scared at the
partner.
hose?
Okay, Beck, talk about why you don't get bitches from anime and why
Bro.
me and Nicola will become the
I've
Andrew
told you.
Tate and Sneeko
I
of
have
Celsius
not.
podcast.
Kill
Pure
yourself.
academia
Absolutely
this
not.
episode.
You should kill yourself if you
You're
think
a
I would do
Sneeko.
anything like
And
that.
episode 18 starts.
Ah. Okay.
Okay.
So, Uri, have you heard of the show Sex Education?
Oh, I actually have heard of that. Haven't seen it.
Okay, so I
I'm gonna
actually have
re-say what I said because Nicola was talking about Andrew Tate.
yeah.
Oh shit! I found it. I found his
Oh my
post.
god, Nicholas, shut the fuck up. Let us talk.
No, sorry. It's the one where he posted himself with the anime girl on his
Oh
Bugatti.
my god. Oh my god.
Nicola's really becoming alt-right in front of us.
It's so funny. I find it so funny. Scared at the hose? It's so fucking cringe. I wish he would kill himself in
Anyway,
prison.
my opinions on sex education and all of my info has been when they first released the trailer for the final season. I said, "Wow, this show looks bad. No one's gonna watch it," thinking it was the premiere trailer, and then I
Oh.
didn't realize that this was the finale trailer after 5 seasons, and it actually was a well show.
Okay.
Yeah, people like it.
Let me talk about it. So, Sex Education. I binged basically the first 3 seasons sitting at my desk playing Power Wash Simulator for 8 hours.
Okay, well,
It
why
is-
did you do that with
It
Adventure
is
Time?
like what I've felt the most unproductive. I had like a 3-day weekend. I downloaded Power Wash Simulator. I power washed for 12 hours while having the show on a second monitor.
Why don't you just do that with Adventure Time?
Yeah.
I might. I literally might this weekend.
I guess Beck likes that show, sex education more. I don't know.
It was just
Um,
at that time when it came out that I wanted
So
to
it's about a
watch
bunch of British teens
It's
having
about a
sex.
bunch of British people, and they go to a high school, and there's this guy, and he's the son of a sex therapist, and then he decides to become
Right.
a sex therapist at his school, and then it's just like slice of life, high school drama stuff like that.
Adventure Time.
Okay.
Okay,
And
but
why is that
season
relevant to-
4,
Hunted Berry,
Okay.
distant
the big
land.
thing
to
is
take
he's
the
out of
dog
high
and the
school,
human.
and now
The
he's
fun
in
will never
college.
end. It's Adventure Time.
But guess what? There's another sex therapist at the college, so there's drama
No.
in that.
No.
That sounds
I'm
I don't
horrible.
already
believe it.
3 seasons in, so I'm like, I might as well just watch the final season.
Okay, but Beck, do you remember the Lost thing that you did?
I binged
Oh my
Lost
god.
just to spite you, Uri.
Yeah, you said that.
At one point.
You said that about you said that about The Sopranos also.
Yeah. You said you're doing a lot of things to spite me, but where's all the spite? I'm feeling a lot of.
Okay. It'll
I'm feeling a
happen
lot
eventually.
of despite.
He's feeling none of that spite.
Okay.
Despite that spite, you ain't got no fight.
Ooh, baby, that's going on the quotes list.
Okay.
That's for the next.
But the one thing I hate is just I like binging shows because then I actually remember who all the characters are. Because I barely remember like any of the plot lines from the last season or like the names of like half the characters.
That was my issue watching Solar Opposites again, and whenever I watched Stranger Things again.
Yeah.
That was my issue with Disney Channel when I watched the first episode of season 5. I was like, I don't remember anything, so I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying when that happens. That's why you gotta do rewatches for some shows.
And sometimes I would just like, I really like Solar Opposites, so sometimes I would just like watch a good like Wall episode. Like I
Yeah.
rewatch because I like the Wall episode, so I kind
Yeah.
of remember that.
You seem to really like the Wall episodes. But
Well, not anymore.
So I'm 2
Not
episodes
anymore
into Sex
now.
Education. I will probably finish it and give my season review next week.
Nice.
Wait, you really like the first few seasons pretty good?
I think 1 and 2 are good. Season 3 wasn't the best, and season 4, it's kind of mid so far. Like the
That's
thing is,
insane.
like they're at this college, and the college is all like, yeah, we have like trees everywhere, and we have iPads for to communicate. It's like one of those like extremely
I feel like
like
every high school TV show needs to end like a good ending is after 12th grade, you know? Because that's when they're all
Yeah.
leaving.
But yeah, but
That's a
they're
good
ending
high
this
school end.
first year of college.
And that's like what a weird end, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know. They could end it.
Because you know, it reminds me of Never Have I Ever. There was a character who in the season 3 he left to college, and then in season 4 he was all like, "I can't do college. I'm gonna become like a teacher at my former school or something."
Yeah.
Just like,
So yeah, they're at this
Ugh.
college. It's like all this like random like I don't know what to call it, like those like weird parody of like eco-friendly people. Like there's no paper and all that. Everyone is like gay and or queer, so it's like a utopia of that, and they're playing around that a lot.
name people who watch The Owl House.
Wow.
All right, and so I think it has a good
You just attacked
concept.
Beck personally.
What?
You just personally attacked Beck,
Wow.
and you're really just gonna take that?
Wow.
Me personally, I would not
Uri
take that.
insults me every 5 minutes on this podcast. I've learned to take
Yeah,
it.
and me personally, I would not take that.
Wait, what
Were
mean?
you
that's why
you are
that's why
literally
I
Andrew
insult him
Tate,
behind his
Nikola.
back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, that's what I had to talk about. On
Sorry for destroying your back, but okay. Well, we'll get your review for when you
Okay,
finish the season.
I need to find a way to personally attack Uri.
Okay.
Mail him a pipe bomb.
So
Yeah.
Guys, this episode's already longer than the last episode.
Wow,
That's incredible.
crazy.
How episodes are getting longer and longer.
I know, but I
That's
have
a
one
good
last
thing.
thing to talk about. So there
Well-
has been this really annoying thing where the Ghost and Molly McGee jumped from episode 9 to 11, and we thought me
wait,
and
you're
Aiden-
watching Molly McGee?
the Ghost and Molly McGee. They came out with what 4 new episodes?
Four new episodes were released on Disney Plus that have been out for a while because I've
Yeah.
seen clips of them online.
It is
And I've been waiting for them to be on Disney Plus so I can watch
Released-
them. And I found out half an hour before the podcast.
Yeah, so we were watching that
really
to,
funny.
and joined the podcast late. So we
Yeah.
we found out, and like they released what was it? Like all of I forget. Did they do 1 through 11 excluding 5?
1 through 11, excluding 10.
Excluding 10, and then
they
all of
released
a sudden.
episodes 10, 11, or 10, 12, 13, 14 are now on Disney
Okay.
Plus.
Yep. So me and Aiden watched 10 before the podcast, and we'll watch the next 3 after.
Yeah.
But what did
What's
you
this
think
show
of it?
about again? I forgot.
So there's
I
a
totally forgot.
ghost, and then there's a
And
girl
there's
named Molly McGee.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's basically it.
And it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And there's Nazis.
That's not
In
what I
one
said. That's
episode.
Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Oh,
But
you
also,
said
yes,
somewhere
you're
there.
so right. I forgot about that.
It's
Beck.
in 1 episode.
Forgot about the Holocaust part in the 1 episode.
Yep. All right. So, Aiden, what are your thoughts on this episode?
I don't think it was that good,
I
but
thought
I'm
the
glad
j-
that I was glad I could watch the show again.
Yeah, like it's good. It's like good fun show. It wasn't one of the best, but I don't know. I kind of like the Jinx episode. I thought it had some really good jokes. And then the baseball one, I don't know. That one was not good.
I like how the other team forfeited the game and then still won anyway.
Yeah.
Because of how
What
stupid
show
it
is
was.
this?
The Ghost
Oh,
and
the Ghost Show.
The Ghost Show.
The
Gizzly
Ghost and
McGee.
Molly McGee.
Yep.
Oh, Molly McGee, not Gizzly McGee.
Not Glizzy McGee, no.
Jizzy McGee.
Glug my glizzy.
All right. I think that's all we have for this episode.
Wait, you have nothing else?
Bro, we
I'm
watched
going
one
insane.
episode. We can't. We're not gonna like talk about it for like a long time.
No.
Yeah, no.
Give our opinions next
Okay,
time.
who wants to do the rec?
Wait, one episode of
The
what?
Ghost and Molly
Molly
McGee.
McGee. Just
Oh,
talked about
oh.
Who wants to do the rec?
Didn't I wreck Ahsoka last time? So it has to be somebody else.
I
Yeah.
am going to recommend you watch.
I recommend you watch Adventure Time.
so true.
I recommend you watch George W. Bush, the 9/11 interview by National
Look,
Geographic on
and is
Disney
having-
Plus.
Okay,
And is
sure.
having a mental breakdown about his brother and best friend being deceased. Look at how funny and quirky this
said-
show is.
Wow.
I love how
It
funny
is
and
so
quirky. I love how,
overexposed.
Wait,
I
have a
love how
piece of paper
past season
blocking it.
5 it just becomes pure existential dread.
Yeah.
Wait, in connection with the 9/11 thing, I suggest you watch the documentary
The
Oh yeah,
Whale.
Turning Point, 9/11 and the War on Terror.
didn't that
Good
come
documentary
out,
tells
like
you
this 9/11?
it came out in 2021.
Oh,
But there was something that came out recently. It was called Spy Op, and they did like one episode about what they did
Yeah.
after 9/11.
Well,
What?
it is crazy. The later we record the podcast, the more
What?
like Nikola just starts screaming out random noises.
Oh yeah, I just get
Yeah.
tired, and then also I have COVID,
Yeah, the Nikola COVID
And
arc
so-
is wild.
and also I
Nick
get really
Kovidla.
antsy. I was like, can we
Okay,
end the
anyway,
podcast?
we're talking too long. All you see us,
I'll see
and
you
thanks for
podcast.
listening.
Thanks for watching.